Chapter 1 of the Story of Scraggles. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Tom Weiss. The Story of Scraggles by George Wharton James. Introduction. Most of our Indians have a tradition that in the days of old, animals and man had a common speech. Each was able to understand the other, and thoughts and language were common to all. It was not until man began to regard himself as superior to the animals, and think of them as lower, that this oneness of speech and relationship was lost. Since then, envy, jealousy, anger on one side, and conceit, pride, and contempt on the other, have widened the breach, while love has stood with tearful eyes, looking on at the sad and unnatural estrangement. But in these latter days, prophets among the white race have risen up to awaken again within man the desire for brotherhood with the humbler creations of God. Thoreau, James Burroughs, John Muir, Ernest Thompson Seton, W. J. Long, Elizabeth Grinnell, and many others are showing us our kinship to the birds, buds, bees, blossoms, and beasts. It is with these two thoughts before me, of the common speech and understanding existent between the animals and man, and of the kinship that affection shows us does really exist, that I have written the story of Scraggles from her viewpoint, with a confident anticipation that young and old alike will enjoy this truthful record of a sweet and beautiful little life. While, of course, the thoughts put into Scraggles' words are mine, the statements of fact are literally true. I have told the story as nearly in accord with the incidents as they actually occurred as this method of telling the story would permit. George Wharton James, Pasadena, California. Chapter 1. How I Came to Live in a House. I was only a little baby song-sparrow, and from the moment that I came out of my shell, everybody knew there was something the matter with me. I don't know what it could have been, for my brother and sister were well and strong. Perhaps I was out of the first egg that was laid, and a severe spell of cold had come and partially frozen me. Or a storm had shaken the bough in which our nest was, so that I was partly addled. Anyhow, no matter what caused it, there was no denying the fact that when I was born I was an ailing little bird, and this made both my father and mother very cross with me. I couldn't help being so weak, and they might have been kinder to me. But when the other eggs were hatched out and my brother and sister were born, nobody seemed to care for me any more. Of course, my mother gave me something to eat when I cried for it, but the others were so much stronger than I that they pushed me out of the way, and succeeded many a time in getting my share without mother's knowing anything about it. I was not active like the others, and when they climbed up to the edge of the nest and stretched out their wings as if they would fly, I felt a dreadful fear come over me. I knew I should fall to the earth if I tried to fly. I don't know why I felt this, but do as I would, I could not get rid of the horrible feeling. I tried a number of times to overcome that sickly feeling of fear and dread, but every time I clambered to the nest's edge, I grew dizzy and had to fall back to prevent my pitching headlong forward. My father and mother both scolded me, and taunted me for my cowardice. They urged me to flap my wings more, and again showed me how to do it. But my wings were so weak, I am sure something was wrong with one of them. And my feathers! I never saw such wretched feathers. In the first place, I had no feathers whatever on the under part of my body, and where the feathers did grow, they were raggedy and scraggedy, and looked for all the world as if they were moth-eaten. So, in bird language, my father and mother and the others called me Scraggles, and they treated me as if they felt I was Scraggles, of no use or beauty, and therefore worth nothing to nobody. But in spite of this, I was ill prepared for the awful fate that came to me one day. My brother and sister had already tried their wings pretty well, and had flown quite a distance, and father and mother were pleased with their progress. Then they came to me and urged me to climb up to the edge of the nest. When I did so, my father came behind me, gave me a sudden push, and over I went. Down, down I fell through the branches of the tree, fluttering my wings as well
Sample complete. Ready to continue?